Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. It's Wednesday, which means it's time for Lucky Dip. Lucky Dip, for anybody who doesn't know, is where you take a bunch of random items out of a greater amount of random items, and then you make something with them. So for me, I have all my art supplies that I've gotten from Art Snacks, the defunct pigment and palette, art type thingies from Mito in a box, stuff I've gotten from friends, random items that I've just picked up and don't have any other use for but don't want to get rid of. So all these are random stuff I have in a list on Google Sheets. And then I use random.org to generate 4 numbers based on that list. I think there's 344 items on that list right now. And then I just choose 4 because 4 is my favorite number, my favorite single digit number. And I think that's a nice manageable amount that is challenging but not too much work and allows me to keep this all within one live stream each week. Rarely has to carry over into the next week. And so I've got all my items here. Yeah, I guess I'll introduce in a second what I'm actually going to do with these items. First, let's just talk about what I pulled randomly. Oh, Exie, hello! Wow, you're in here fast today. I feel like I say that every time, and I'm always so surprised. How are you doing? I missed you on Monday. I mean, it's okay if you can't come on Monday, but yeah, I don't ever want to take for granted when you join me here in my stream because I'm always so happy to see you. I hope you're doing well. So the items I picked today are these 4. And I guess I'll introduce them from top to bottom. The number. This one is kind of cool because it was number 4 on my spreadsheet. So that means it came from my very first Art Snacks box, like ages ago. And you can tell that I have liked and used this item quite a bit because it used to be like normal pencil size and it's been sharpened all the way down. What it is you can't see the name anymore. It used to say Generals right here. That was the brand. Charcoal white. So it's a white charcoal pencil. So that's the first thing I pulled. Oh, Exie says, oh, I hope you feel better. I was sick on Monday, Exie says. But I'm all fine now. Oh, okay. I'm glad you're feeling better. Aw, I'm sad that you were sick though. I hate being sick. I don't, being sick is like the worst. Even if it's just a cold, it's so annoying. And like everything is so hard. Anyway, thank you for asking. You're welcome. How are you? Oh, I'm good. I am looking forward to the end of today, work day, because I got my Animal Crossing new memory card installed in my Nintendo Switch. So now I can take all the pictures I want. I don't have to go through and delete old pictures, which is what I was having to do because the other memory card I had was smaller and was full. And so yeah, I've been looking forward to that all day. So yeah, I'm doing good. And it looks like this Lucky Dip is going to be fun too. So it's not like it's going to be a slog to get to that point. It's going to be a fun last hour and a half before my workday is over. So the second thing I pulled was this art and graphic twin. It's just like I don't know if it's water-based or alcohol-based. I guess I could sniff it real quick. I can't tell. Might be water-based. It doesn't say anything about it on there, but it's called a twin because it's got 2 ends. So it's got like this bullet tip on this side, pretty small bullet tip, and then it's like a brush, sort of a brush. It's like a flexible sort of plastic nib that's in a brush shape. So I got that, and this is actually what inspired me to dig out this item, which I will introduce in a second, but this specifically inspired this. Well, these two combined. Okay, so the next thing that I pulled was this Cretacolor Mega Graphite pencil in HB. So this is just like a giant pencil. I don't think I've ever used it actually because I don't know if the camera will be able to pick it up. Let's see. Camera, can you focus on your own, or you need me to press button? Camera needs me to press button. Ah, you can kind of see how those lines going down the lead are like that, and how the lead is still the same shape as the side. Like it has the same lines going down as the side. That shows that this is still like a factory fresh pencil. So I think I probably used it to like test it when I first got it, but I never like legit used it. So this will be nice, because this is why I like to do these lucky dips, for all these like perfectly good supplies sitting in among my stores and like not being used, and it's so sad for them. So this pencil is going to be so happy because I'm going to use it properly finally. Okay, and then the last thing that I pulled, interestingly, is this Plumchester pen again. I can't be sure if I pulled the same exact number, 142, or if I pulled a different instance of it, because I actually have two. So I decided, because I actually have two from two separate Art Snacks boxes, that even though usually when I get the same item as the previous week, or even within the previous month, I like pull something else because I want to use something different. I feel like since I have two, it's a bit different, and I feel willing to use it again, even though I just used it. It was either last week or the week before. I had the same exact item, but I'm going to use it again. And so now we come to the substrate that I chose. This beautiful pastel rainbow sketchbook. Oh, it's so good just to look at it. Just to hold it like this and look at the rainbow on there. I got this from a Mido in a box, I believe, from Kinokuniya, which is their stationery blind box, like surprise. Like, you know the theme, but you don't know what's in it. And I've never used it before, as you can see. It's all blank, and I never really knew what I would use. What the heck would I use this rainbow paper for? And it's not perforated either. So it's not like I can easily take a sheet out. I mean, of course I could cut a sheet out, but it's not that. It's like a sketchbook where it's for sketching. So when I was like, I have this one color, but I also have a white, so I don't want to use white paper. So these two together is why I was like, oh wait, I've got that awesome color, beautiful color sketchbook. So that's what I'm going to use, and I'm going to not start on this page. I'll use this for my test page, and then this, I think. Well, we'll look at this book first and see what the pose looks like to decide whether I want to use it landscape or up and down. Oh goodness, if you heard a big snort, that was my little dog Chappie having a, I don't know what she was doing, but she's sleeping, so she let out a big snort just now. She might be dreaming. She tends to do those snorts when she's dreaming. It's cute. Yeah, isn't it? So cute. It's so nice. It makes me want to like find a matching color to all of these and just do another. No, I won't do that. But now I know what I'll use it for. I'll just use it for lucky dips and stuff where I want colored paper instead of tan or gray, which is what I've used recently. I feel like I haven't used white paper in quite a while. I keep getting white art supplies, and so something other than white paper is better. I heard that. You heard the snort. Yep. She just randomly, my big dog does it too. They both do it. They'll just be sleeping and then suddenly honk. Big snort. Okay, so, well, I guess I'll try these in the same order I announced them. Hopefully this white appears all right. Yeah, it definitely seems like it will appear best if it's in a big block like this. But it is on there. Oh, I probably want to spray this. When I'm done, I think I'll spray, because I bet the charcoal will get everywhere if I don't spray it with a sealant, with an art sealant. Oh, but it looks all right as a line too. It doesn't show up as well in the camera, but it's not bad. on this pink paper. I wanted to do the pink paper because I really feel like it's gonna look good with this. Oh, let me write down what it is. Generals. White charcoal. Okay. I feel like I'm gonna need a pencil sharpener. Hopefully I have one big enough for this, but if not, I have an X-Acto knife and I'll just sharpen it in the old school style. Okay, so I'm going to test this art and graphic twin. I'll do the big brush side first. Oh, there's a little pet hair stuck in the cap. All right, these are those weird ones. You have to like, you can't post it like you normally would. You have to do the opposite end. It does post, but like, why? But I guess it does. There's like little wet marker stuff in here, so I guess that keeps this end from getting dirty. So maybe there's actually a benefit to it. It's just not natural for me though. The part that I take off, I go like, psh. But this I have to take it off and then like flip it around and then, I don't know if that makes any sense, but oh yeah, this looks good. Let's try a little line. It's very squeaky. Weet, 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 weet. Well, that's the brush tip. Looks good to me. I think that this pink paper choice was the right choice. And here is the bullet tip. Wow, it looks really good actually. It looks even better than I thought it would. My camera is so blue for some reason, but looks good. The white balance seems really blue. I mean, the white part here, well, whatever, it's fine. Sometimes I don't understand why my camera is doing what it's doing. Okay, so here's the next thing, this Mega Graphite HB, so right in the middle between hard and bold. Guess I'll do the same thing that I did with the charcoal. See what it's like off the side. Seems good. And then off the tip. That's a nice, I expected it to do a thicker line, but that's like a nice thin line considering how gigantic this pencil is. So this is the Cretacolor. It feels very weird to write words with it. It's really big, and it's just like my hand is not used to it, like a giant, like really so big. It's called Mega Graphite. It's very appropriately named Mega Graphite. And it's an HB. Okay, the last thing, this Plum Chester pen. We saw it recently, but gotta test it for this one. Yeah, just like before. So I'm using the really older one, just like last time. It's still got a little bit of life in it, but you can see it's, wait, you can't really see. There, it's got that dry brush effect because it's just getting old and dried out. But that's not necessarily a problem. It is something that I have to be aware of when I'm using it. And I like to use stuff as much as possible and not just throw it away because it's not exactly the same as when it was new. I don't like wasting stuff, so I'll keep using this one, at least for now. Plum Chester, it just says P1.5, so that's what I'll call it, P1.5. Yay! This is a nice collection of stuff. So like outside of this, oh, I never wrote the name of this, but outside of this colored marker, this is what I usually use. Well, so this black would normally be charcoal, but when I, for instance, go to the zoo and go draw the animals, I usually bring a graphite, a white charcoal, and a black charcoal. And that's what I use on some colored paper. So this is another one. It's not exactly my normal toolkit, but it's all stuff that I'm really familiar with. So this should be another pretty easy, laid back, fun one. Okay, so this one is called Zig Art and Graphic Twin. The color is just a number 061. Okay, our little test swatches are done. Let's look at this book that we've been using for months now. We've gotten quite far in it. Oh, here's the one I think we did last time. Oh, no, it was this one. It was this one. Huh. Okay. Samurai Spirit. This one is called. Okay. Yeah, looking at this pose. The only thing, okay. Thinking aloud, but also explaining what I'm about to do. I am going to use this upside down because I'm left-handed, and if I did it upside up, my hand would be on these rings the whole time, and that is super annoying. So I am going to draw this picture like this, and then that way it is kind of annoying that my hand goes off the edge, but everybody has to deal with that, even right-handed people. So I feel like, I mean, this is actually kind of a square or maybe a triangle, but it's taking up a square kind of space. But overall, I do still feel like it's an up and down, like a vertical pose. So I will keep the page vertical as well. Okay, figured out my paper. Let's read about this pose. So it says about this pose: armed and ready, classic samurai crouch, downward movement. So I guess it's, so downward movement. Not sure what it means. So I guess the knees are coming downward and that the sword is about to. I mean, it has to go up first and then it goes down like that. Okay. Looking over shoulder. Oh yeah. Okay. And standing on his toes. Well, it almost looks like he's flying, but that's fine. Okay. So let's read these little boxes. It says the lower legs are mostly hidden and difficult to see, but still consider their position and how they are connected to the knees and ankles. Yeah, so like the heel and the calf and all of this, the lower leg is completely hidden. But you can still see a little bit of those things on the front leg. Okay, foreshorten the upper right leg to create a sense of depth. Okay. So this is not a straight up and down leg. This is a leg moving back into space. And then on this page it says the hands should have a grip on the sword that is neither too firm nor too weak. Alright, I see how they've done that. They've got, so this upper hand is mostly gripping with the middle, and then this like middle two fingers and the thumb, and the pinky is sort of on it, but the index finger is kind of held back. And then of course this other hand is almost like a claw grip. Okay, I get it. So this hand is like the crux, and then this hand is still about to pull down to make the sword go whoop. And so that's why it's not even really gripping, it's just getting ready to pull down like a lever. Okay. Now I'm done analyzing the hands. Okay, the final note on here says the upper body can be seen diagonally from behind. Draw the waist so that it can be seen diagonally from the front. This conveys the power the torso will provide as the character swings the sword. Draw the waist so that it can be seen diagonally from the front. I'm not quite sure what they're getting at here, but I think it's just trying to talk about the... Okay, hold on. I gotta put my arms up so that I can do this too. Okay, his legs are front. Okay, I'm standing up right now to do this myself. His legs are front, but he's crouched. I'm not gonna crouch as far as this. I did a bunch of squats earlier for my workout. I'm not gonna crouch this far. No. Okay. But the legs are basically to the front. Meanwhile, his whole body, his whole upper body. Okay, and then the backmost arm is the highest up one. So he's getting ready to swing around the front like that. So he's going like that. Okay. I still don't quite understand what they're pointing out here, but I think it's like I feel like I understand it, but I can't explain that I understand it. So what I'm seeing makes sense with the character, especially after I just tried to imitate this pose. He's not just going to swing it down, he's going to swing it down and around. So it's like this. Okay, excellent. Let me get a couple clippies to clip this book. I mean, we're pretty much right in the middle of the book, so it's staying open fairly well on its own, but I don't like to get out of the habit because it's really annoying when you're sitting there and you're drawing and you're just having a good time, and then slowly the page is turning, and before you know it, it goes shoop. So I do this with my textbooks and stuff too. I actually put 2 of these binder clips into my pencil case for my Japanese study textbook because it would not stay open, and I had so many words that I didn't understand in this one section. So I was like, I need you to stay open so that I can look at all of these words without having to open it over and over and over. Okay, so let's see. I don't want to turn this upside down like this. I don't want to do that because I feel like these will get on my desk, and as I have learned in the recent past, it can be pretty difficult to get this kind of stuff off of this. This is like what is it? I can never remember what it's called. It's like a vinyl, not a vinyl table cover. I don't want to have to deal with that, especially because I'm looking forward to my Animal Crossing session after work, and if I have to spend a bunch of time cleaning, I'm not going to be able to spend as much time shopping in the hedgehog's shop. It's my favorite thing to do, is go in the hedgehog shop and get the new clothes for the day. Okay. I just had another thought. This is going to be so great because here we have black and gray, and I've got a black and a gray, and so I'll be able to imitate this fairly well. I wonder where I'll use the purple, actually. Maybe his hair or something like that. I'll think about it as I work on this. Okay. All right, here I go. Let's see. So it's kind of I gotta make it smaller than this, otherwise it won't fit. Okay, make his head is here, and then it goes down. So his back is visible at the top, but it's like twisting so that it's his side that's visible here, and then it comes down into his hips, and then the thigh, and the knee, and then the lower leg and the foot, heel and toes. Okay, got some little section done. Okay, hips. Here's the hips some more. And this thigh doesn't seem to be receding, so it's longer. Okay, now look at my knee. When my knee is all, it goes to the outside. Okay. There's a bend in the knee. Or it's not a bend, but the angle of the knee. So I look at my own knee to get that right. Okay, so the rest is hidden, but according to this picture that I am learning from right now, the foot is visible right here. Just the toes in the middle part of the foot. Oh. Maybe you can use the purple as shadows. It looks like darker shade of the pink of the page. Good idea. Yeah, I'll try that. That's a cool idea too. It's like, that'll be really visually dynamic and exciting looking. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that good idea. I wasn't sure what to do with it. And then I was like, oh yeah. That's a good one. Yeah, I can see it now already, like in my mind's eye. Because it's like a night, it just goes so well with this paper. Okay, so his neck is still a bit visible, even with the shoulder. And here's those muscles there, and those are visible here, and then here's another shoulder. And here's the part of his back, twisting so visible. Okay, I need to make this part come down a bit more. Okay, good. Now, if said is, okay, hold on. I say hold on, but narrating these, narrating what I'm thinking, it actually does help me with figuring out what I'm trying to do. So let's see, I'm going to make his face a bit more wide in accordance with this, what I'm seeing here. And then there's that. Okay, that part. Okay, good. So maybe his head will just come up a little bit more there. Okay, good. And now that I've done the face, I can see where the elbow would be relative to it. And then here's his arm. And then the wrist is right about here. Nice and muscular. You gotta have a nice muscular samurai. Although I like to draw all my characters muscular, so I don't know how much of a difference that makes, but okay, here's his thumb sticking out and sticking back into space, not just out, but like backwards. Or I'm not really explaining that well, but anyway. His fingers are also like, again, like a claw, so it's not like this, it's out, they're out from each other, apart, spread apart. You can see a little bit of these couple here, but not much. Okay, next, so this elbow is like halfway in between, but as far as up and down, it's kind of overlapping with the shoulder, so maybe right about there. And then the other wrist is a little bit behind the ear. Up and down, comparing up and down. muscular arm wasn't coming through. Though it's hard because it's covered up by his nonin style hair, so. And then he's got, the wrist is very bent like this. Bent back. Okay. I want ruler. So, samurai swords versus ninja swords are curved on the blade, but I believe the handle is still pretty much straight. So I am going to use a ruler to help get this on the page. There. And then, let's see. So it's like, okay. I didn't give myself an eraser, but I'm just gonna get one now because I want to draw this hand just a little bit lower than what I've done. I'll use this fun pointy pink one because it's got this, what is this, tapered edges so that you can get really small points, and then also it's pink, so it's cute. It matches this pink paper. So I'm just gonna bring this hand down a little bit because now that I've drawn what represents the sword, I can see that it's too high up for the angle. Or, yeah, for this hand, and I don't want to redraw that hand. I like that hand. Okay, so I just gotta move this for a sec. Swipe off these little eraser crumbs. Oh, for some reason Aoife thinks I'm getting up. She's stretching. Okay, she just shook herself off and she's, okay, thank you. She was in the way of my trash can. There. Sorry, Aoife, we're not leaving yet. This pose is fun. It makes me think that maybe after I'm done with this pose book, I will get one of my, I've got like 2 or 3 different samurai or, you know, kendo or Japanese sword style pose books. Because I love that kind of stuff. And I've never really used them because I don't really have a practical use for them. I don't draw as part of my main work. I don't draw a bunch of samurai stuff, so I don't actually use it, and I have these lovely, lovely books. Okay, so that's better for that hand. And now, so the finger, the thumb is gripping it around like this. Like it says, it's kind of lightly gripped, so the index finger is barely touching it. It's just the tip, so it's like it's back like this. Wait, this has it back here. And then these two are much more firmly gripping. But even then, still kind of wrapped around it instead of like grabbing hard. And then the pinky fingers seems a little lighter, and then also it's just shorter, so it's not gonna come down as far either. Heck yeah, that looks good. Okay. I wish I had, maybe I do have, what is it called? They're like, I don't know if I have them. Sorry, I know I'm not saying anything that makes sense yet. These them? No. wondering if I have little curve templates. I have a feeling I don't, that I just always think I want them and then I don't have them when I need them and then I forget and I don't get them. I don't think I have them. Dang. I have all these circles, but there's like these templates you can get that are just various curves. That would have been nice to get a nice solid curve that really looks sword-like, like a firm metal piece of metal, you know? But it looks like I don't have it. So I'm just gonna, yeah, I'll just eyeball it. Whoops. I'm gonna turn it this way so that I can get a nice sweep using my hand like this. There. That's good enough. Yeah, that's all right. Okay. Yay. Keep moving all this stuff back and forth. Yeah, move that stuff up there. Hooray! Well then. I guess I don't need to worry about these legs too much because it's covered by the hakama pants, so I guess I am ready to add the clothes and like the details and stuff with the face. Okay, so I'll start at the bottom with the hakama. And this is something that I just got to copy because I have no experience wearing these pants or anything, so I've seen them on people, but it's not the same as like wearing it and experiencing it. Okay, so it's coming down like that, and then it comes up, and it's also sticking out like that. Okay. And here's another fold. And then, so 1, 2, 3. Here's 2. This one comes down to about the same point, but this third one ends shorter. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, but the third is right there. What are you doing, Aoife? Aoife's looking around, walking around in here, hoping we're going to be leaving soon, I think. Okay, and then there's this big piece of fabric swinging down here like this off of the knee. And then the knee you can kind of see because there's a wrinkle here and here as well. Okay. And then the top is so baggy and also twisted that you can't see the little obi here, but you can see where the kimono tucks in, this little side bit, because the hakama pants kind of open on the side like a V. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, Aoife, we're not done yet. My big dog, Aoife, keeps coming over and trying to get me to do something. We're not done yet, girl. Okay. Here's toes. And the straw sandals underneath. Alright, that's good. And then the same thing over here. And the thong of the sandals goes through the between the big toe and the toe after that. And you can see the edge of the sandal around. Boom! Although this is going too far up, I've got to bring this way down here. And this needs to come out like that. There. In fact, this can come down more too. So, Exy, have you been up to anything cool recently? Like, all your creative projects, have you made any progress with your blog? Or, I can't remember if you were going to make a book out of your potions, or you're just going to do the blog. Ooh, or your Redbubble site. Anything cool going on in that front? Huh. This is an interesting shirt because it doesn't have the longer wavy kimono sleeves. I mean, they are pretty big sleeves, but it's almost like a t-shirt opening over here. Maybe it's just because of the way it's flying around or something. And then it's attached here. And then the fabric follows the shape of the shoulder there. There. And then it gets pulled around the, what is this? The deltoids. Okay, sweet. Now, the collar of the kimono come back this way. And then the upper edge of it. And then it goes back, and then there's like a wrinkle here as well. Okay. And then this back seam comes down. And the other sleeve is bunching up here and here. And it sort of comes down, and let's see, the end of the sleeve is, yeah, right about here. So it's sticking out like that. And here is the very back the kimono on the other side that you can see, and there's so many wrinkles. There's so many wrinkles going on over here. Nothing at the moment about those. Oh, I feel like my Harry Potter hype is past, so stop working on potions. But I might publish my herbology book. Oh, yeah, I'm focusing on getting work and school stuffs. Oh, yeah. Were you able to find another, I'm not sure if it's like a part-time job or if it's like a commission or what you were doing before, but did you find anything new in that line? Or are you mostly focusing on school? I feel like you kind of said that before, that since you've got school, you don't have to worry about work as much, like school is your main focus or something like that. All right, that's gonna have to be good enough. I feel like I'm not quite getting the, it's got a really hard, it's kind of, why is this not quite... Okay, this is just gonna have to be good enough. Because I don't want to spend too long. Let's see, we only have 15 minutes left. So that's just gonna have to be good enough. It's my first time trying to draw something quite like this, so I think it's alright. I think it's alright to be good with that. Okay. So, we've got all the clothes on. Now, just need little details on this upper part. Oh, good. I found some small projects and delivered them this week, but yeah, I'm focused more on school. Were you able to get into a botany program with a more, I think the issue was that the university before that wanted to accept you was too far away, so it was too expensive or something like that. Still think the botany would be, I mean, I've always thought science would be a cool profession, but when I learned how much, like, paper writing and stuff goes on, I was like, wait a minute. I don't want to be writing a bunch of papers. I want to just be, like, researching and going on expeditions and discovering new species and stuff like that. Going on digs for bones for dinosaurs and who knows what else. So now I just read about science and I let other people do the work. So botany would be a cool one. Too. Plants, all kinds of, like, living things are just so amazing, and the different ways that things have figured out how to survive is just incredible. Fascinating. I've been reading my book about birds every day, and just every single page is like full of like, whoa, that is so cool that they do that. I never would have imagined. Like, they're so smart. Birds are so smart. Not just in like a human measurable sense, but like just their adaptations and how they survive. It's so impressive. Something about this arm is bothering me, but I'll just leave it because there's going to be hair covering it anyway if I copy this hair. Okay, and I think that's going to be the next thing I do. So he's got like bangs, but they are just flying back. So let's see, his hairline, they've put it maybe about here, I think. And it actually puts pretty close to his face. And then it's coming down all down the sides. And flying back, it's got this no-kneading hair. And then he's got a pretty angular face. Okay. And then so you can see this little bit sticking off this way. And it actually goes in front of this thumb, so you can't actually see it. Even though it's such a nice thumb. Oh, I've got to cover it up with the hair, though. Yeah, it's just like the fury of his strike is so strong that his hair is just being blown back like an explosion. Okay, here's the end of his hair and his neck right there, and this is his ear. Do a little detail, make it a more interesting shape, not just a single circle. There. My pencil's getting a little bit dull, but I think I can make it last the end of this without having to sharpen it. Okay, I'll just give him the same kind of eyes. These big, like, shonen manga eyes. But then, yeah, he is just absolutely furious. He's got these teeny tiny little pupils. And then he's got my favorite style masculine eyebrows. Real big, thick eyebrows. I love the big eyebrows. Rah! Okay, and then he's got so many wrinkles. And his nose is kind of small, scrunched up. And there's his nostril there. And then his mouth is just gigantic. Ah, he says, ah. I have not drawn it so that I can put as much detail, but I'll put his teeth in there. And then his jawline goes down there. Alright, good enough. Now back to the hair. I want to botanic, but I also applied for graphic design. Ooh, graphic design would be cool too, and you've definitely been working on stuff that you've shown me that would already fit well into that. Like the first thing you ever showed me, which was those letters that are a thing, like they're both, I'm not explaining it. You turn them one way and it says something, and then you turn them the other way and it says something else. That's like to me, that's not exactly graphic design, but I feel like that fits well. I feel like it shows you've got a mind for graphic design. Okay, and then there's his samurai top knot just turned into a ponytail now. So the last thing is his sword. And the picture is just a very basic design. I know that samurai swords, well, maybe cheap ones, were really basic like this, but they usually had like really nice designs on this. What is this called? It's called, I can't remember what it's called. This is called something. This part, the hand guard. But maybe this guy is just not just a fallen samurai, but just like a nasty, no-name scoundrel or something. So he's just got some cheapo sword. It's good enough for getting into fights and stuff, but not very impressive. Okay, so there's the wrapping, and I don't know if I need to just make a small indication of the, oh man, there are terms for these things, where there's the darker part and then the sharpened blade is a separate, it's called something else. Just a little indication of that. Yay! Actually, I kind of feel a little worried about it, because if I can't get in, I will need to go to mandatory military service. So if my chances only these two options. Yeah, I got a knack for graphic design as a freelance graphic designer, I guess. I'm surprised you still remember those letters. Well, they were so cool. I still remember there was like an animation you made or something that showed them turning. I can see it in my mind's eye. Like, it was just it was such a neat thing. I hope that you get into the graphic design or botany, whichever one. I think either one requires a creative mind. So, yeah, I hope that you get into one. Maybe you'll get an offer for both and you'll be like, which do I choose? Because that would be, I feel like that would be a good problem to have. Okay, I took way too long on the sketch. I only have like 5 minutes left, so we'll see what I can do. I'll probably just have to stream a little longer. Even though I really wanted to get my Animal Crossing time in, but definitely don't want to just stop halfway. I want to finish this, so. And I don't think it'll be too much longer, because now I've done all of the hard, really thinking work, and now I just gotta sort of fill it in, or it's not fill it in, but, you know, just finish it up. Yeah, I would love to have that problem. Yep. I'm hoping I mean, you already got that offer from that other university. Or I don't know if it was a university or some other kind of school system, but still, that's a good sign. I'm doing my inking very rough because I'm just trying to hurry. I think it'll look kind of cool though, even if it is a bit rushed. Okay, I gotta make sure to do these in the right order so that I don't cover up stuff that I didn't want to cover up. So like his hair, let's do that next. Because that is covering up stuff. I don't want to make sure it does get covered up. And the back of his hair comes down, and then here's his ear again. And his neck. And let's see. His jawline goes down like that. Yeah, okay. Eyebrows. Whoop. And the side of his face. Almost done. Oh, his tootsies, his little tootsies here. And the sandals. So, okay, I think maybe just a couple lines here and there. But I think I'm done with the bottom half. Now I'll just finish up this top part. Boop. Okay. Yeah. And these little diamonds where the wrappings on the hilt are, it just, the way it's wrapped always makes it like a diamond shape. Boop. Okay, got that. Handguard. Okay, I gotta turn this again in order to... Ooh, I just realized you can use the white charcoal on the sword blade, so that's gonna be cool. I'm gonna leave this a broken line on purpose to show it, like, to give an indication that it's like glistening as it's swinging through the air. Yes, this is looking good. I like it when I get stuff that I'm used to using. It's really easy to do. Oh, thank you. Making it look so easy to draw the ink lines. Quite honestly, I love this one. Yay! I'm glad to hear that. I was just rushing. Just try to do it as fast as possible. Well, I think I'm done with this. So... let's see, since I inked in with black, I'm not going to try to fill it in with black. That would take too long. I think maybe I'll fill in with this one. So I won't do gray and black like in the picture. I'll just do black. So I still like your idea, Exie, to do the shadows. At least some key shadows using the purple marker. I really like that idea, so I'm keeping that, even though I'm going to change some of this rest of what I'm going to do for the sake of time. Because filling in with that little brush pen this whole big pants area would be way too much. So it would take way too long. I'm glad I got this giant pencil because it's really nice and easy to fill stuff in. Whoops. Let's use my non-dominant hand for a second so that I can do this in an angle that I want. Okay, now I can go back to my strong hand when it comes to drawing and writing and brushing my teeth. Left-handed for certain things, but right-handed for other things. It's mostly like if I need dexterity, I am left-handed, but if I need power, I'm right-handed. So like with sports like baseball or soccer, right-handed or right-footed, but drawing and writing and that kind of stuff with the left hand. For some reason, I've never heard a word for it because ambidextrous, I believe, means that you can do anything with either hand, but that is not how it works for me. So I came up with the word on my own. Polydextrous, meaning that it's multiple things done with one hand or with the other hand, but I don't know. That's just my own special word that I came up with it. Try to have a single word to. I still have to explain myself anyway, so it doesn't make that big of a difference having my special made-up word for myself, but I like it. I like that I came up with a different word. That was fun when I thought of it. I was like, ooh, that could be the word for it. Okay, I think those pants are good. I'm gonna take the white charcoal and do what I wanted to do with the blade. Yeah, looks good. Yes. Yes. That's fun. I was hoping it would look good like that. And then I'm going to take this, fill in the dark part, and then it'll make the white look even whiter. Fill the back of the blade with charcoal. And then I think I will make the hand grip also graphite. And then let's see, so his hair I think I will add some strokes with black to try to get it to look like dark black hair. Because it's a smaller area, so it's not as big of a deal to use this tiny little brush to fill it in. Okay, and then the main part of his hair. Oh yeah. I love this kind of thing. And the ponytail. Sweet. Let's use this white to enhance the highlights on the hair a little bit. I left some pink paper showing through, but it's even more exciting when it's like a pop of white. Ooh, I'll do his eyes too. But leaving a little bit under the top eyelid, or yeah, the top eyelid, so that it looks a little bit like a shadow being cast by the top eyelid. Good, and then the teeth too. Let's make the teeth. But inside the mouth, let's put some graphite. Show that it's an open mouth, not like gritted teeth. Okay, now I'm on to the part that I thought was an awesome idea. Add some shadows. Using this purple. Haha, yeah, that's cool. Ah, and I can make use of this. It's so squeaky. Whip. It's cute. It goes whip, whip. So cute. Oh, it goes beep, beep. Let's do a little on the arm too, even. Yeah, it makes it even more. Oh, look, I missed a line with black ink. It makes it even more dynamic looking to have this bright color exploding. The sounds make my teeth funny. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. It's that kind of sound for sure. I'm glad it doesn't bother me. That would be troublesome. But yeah, it's kind of got the fingernails on chalkboard. For me, the sound that bothers me is squeaking those styrofoam blocks and just like rubbing them together or rubbing them has the same kind of sound for me. Like, oh, I can't stand it. Ah, what a good idea you had, Xe. This is looking awesome. I don't think I would have thought of that on my own. Okay, I'm going to try some on these Hakama pants too. Sweet. It looks pretty good. It works pretty well on the graphite as well. Wow, dang, that's so cool looking. I'm so glad that you were here to give me this good idea. I'm very happy with this. And I think I'm done. It only took me about 10 minutes longer, so I'm happy about that. Oh, look at this little, I got a little bit of graphite on here where I didn't want any. But yeah, yay! I'm gonna be able to finish my, there's always some follow-up work I do after I'm done live streaming, so I think I'll be able to finish that on time. And go have some fun on my Animal Crossing island, but I will show a little close-up of this picture first. Just wanted to brush off those eraser bits. Looks amazing. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you for streaming. Oh, you're welcome. It was really great to catch you this time. And I'm so glad you were able to make it. It's always really fun when we can chat, or even when it's just mostly me talking to myself, but if I know that you're here, then it's more fun. Whoops, there's a little sticky thing on here. There we go. Okay, so let's see if it wants to focus on its own. Yay, okay. So here is the final, what do they call this? Samurai Spirit is what they called this pose. Oh, I feel like it got It's because I'm holding it shakily. There we go. So I used the white charcoal pencil. I use it on the hair and various other little places, and the graphite for all the under sketch as well as for the pants, shading the pants, and black ink brush pen to do all the main lines, and then using that purple pen to add some cool shadows and just like cool pops of colors, even if they're not necessarily shadow-like. Yay, what a fun lucky dip this was. Okay, so I'll call it good with that. I'll be back on Friday for Chibi Friday. I am going to start coloring on my Chibi Sora pigeon. And so I hope to see you then. But if not, thank you so much for watching.